Welcome to our Women Veterans Speak Billy Cam TV broadcast recognizing women veterans in the 2025 Women's History Month tribute to women veterans, which is sponsored by the 5th Councilmatic District Councilman Jeffrey Young Jr., who recognizes women veterans, members of the military family across the city of Philadelphia, and we're delighted to have our male counterparts here who have contributed in supporting our women veterans, and we are actually recognizing some of those contributors on today. We are hoping that you will join us in future broadcasts. We continue to build a network of women veterans and military families across the 5th Councilmatic District and Philadelphia and proximity, and we are looking forward to sharing more as we approach many of our strategies for mitigating our intervention barriers and challenges. So we are delighted to have you join us on today, and we hope that you will enjoy the program. And we would like to thank Councilman Jeffrey Young for his generosity and for his quick response when asked to support us in this endeavor. So we are grateful to have all of you join us today. Hopefully you will find something of interest. Please invite your veteran family and friends to look for us across social media. You can find us on the web. Our website is www.nawvinc.org. Across social media at Billy Vet. Our Women Veterans Speak is a YouTube channel where we will archive all of the programs for your future access. Please look for us. We are a growing community, and we are looking forward to sharing more of our work as we continue to build and to establish the various support and service networks for Philadelphia women veterans. And we would like to thank you all for your time and sharing on today. Please enjoy the program. Thank you.
Partnered with Bennett-Santos. She's a constituent in the 5th District, a women veteran and an advocate for women veterans in the city of Philadelphia. She hosts this event every year, and my office wanted to partner with her to make sure that this event can be as successful as possible here in the city. We need to know that women are leaders. Women have always been leaders, whether it's in the home or in the workforce or in the military. We have to follow strong women because women have always, been leaders in our communities, and we want to make sure that they get the respect that is due to them.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw it, but I think it was somewhere in Maryland, I think it was. Don't quote me on that. But they're canceling, removing the names of women veterans. So this is kind of a topic right now. And with that being said, with Black women being in the military, do you feel like they have a distinct perspective that we should learn from?
Absolutely. When they say the most disrespected person on the planet is a Black woman, right? And so we have to make sure that, again, we honor them and we treat them with the respect that they deserve, particularly when it comes to making that sacrifice of being in the military, giving the ultimate service for this country. So I just want to give back to them in a way that they've given back to us.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
It's always nice seeing you.
Yes. You do not know who I am. My name is Jeffrey Young. I'm the council member for the 5th Council District here in the city of Philadelphia. So I represent parts of North Philly, Center City, and Fishtown. And I want to just say that it's an honor and a privilege to be here with you all this morning. it's not too often that I myself are in a room with so many leaders in our communities, so many people who've made sacrifices for our communities, and so many folks who support, the women who've made sacrifices in this room. Today, we're going to be honoring, I believe it's 12 women veterans to celebrate Women's History Month here throughout, that's being celebrated throughout our city and our nation. Because you all are the living history, as they say, her story, right? That's what our women councilwomen have been saying now, her story. Because your story is important to the fabric of this country. Your story is unique. Your story is something that is uplifting. And your story is one that can teach the next generation on what it is to be a leader. I can imagine the sacrifices that many of you have made when joining the military, when deciding to go to the military, for whatever reason that is. But we all know that in certain parts of the military, it's not as welcoming to women, depending on whatever time you went in the military. It may not have been as welcoming as it has, as it should have been, because you gave your time, you gave your energy to make sure that this country is the best country that it can possibly be. So I wasn't on the agenda to be the moderator, but I'm going to be the moderator today. Ms. Rita Chappelle was not able to make it, but I'll be here throughout the duration of the program as the moderator as well. And so, I had some prepared remarks, but because I'm going to be up here often, I'll just spread them out throughout the morning. I just really wanted to do this. This is my first time doing an event like this. I've been on city council for about a year and 3 months now, and when Kathy came to my office and said, "Hey, I would like your help with this," we jumped right on it. It was a no-brainer because I've known her for a number of years prior to me being elected to office, and I know that she is someone who is passionate about her community. I know she's someone who gets up every day to make sure that the lives of others are better. And when I meet someone, when I see someone that has that same passion and drive that I have, it's a no-brainer again to work with them to make sure that we honor and recognize those who are on that same path of service that we're on. So I want to thank you all for being here this morning. You could be anywhere, but you decided to take this trek down to City Hall where there's no parking, and you're here today, and I'm here to honor you and to celebrate with you on this very special occasion for Women's History Month. Again, this is something that is the first that we've been doing, but it won't be the last. I want to make sure that every March, we honor women veterans here in the city of Philadelphia. So, it may be, this room should be full, but I can tell you that as we continue the momentum of what we're doing in the city, and as people see what we're doing, they're going to want to be a part of this movement. They're going to want to be a part of honoring the women veterans in the city who made those sacrifices for our city and for our country. So I'm excited for what the future can bring for us. You are the first, and I want you to remember that when you are in 10, 15 years from now, as we are going to do this and we're celebrating with the room filled with hundreds of people, right? You are the first. So I want you all to remember that and make sure that, and know that that is something that is going to be near and dear and special to me. I will always remember you for coming here today, and this is always going to be a part of my legacy moving forward as I continue to serve the city of Philadelphia. And so with that, we're going to just move right into it, and I would love to bring up our keynote for today. Our keynote is the Honorable Karen Flaherty Oxler, retired Navy admiral.
So when Kathy asked to be participant in the ceremony, the answer was, of course, yes. So thank you, Kathy. And thank you to all the veterans who are here and those who represent other groups of women. I think it's important to bring women together. And I think it's very important to celebrate and honor women, not just through a month, but through the entire year. You all face challenges that our male colleagues who have deployed and who have served have not. And some of those are being some of the first in combat roles as women. And so with those deployments, you see some things happen and some things you're exposed to that perhaps you're not prepared for. None of us were. Perhaps we're not prepared for the traumatic injuries that we see. Perhaps we're not prepared for the traumatic insult and assault to all of us internally that may exist. Yet as a woman, and as all of you and many of you I know, you rise up. You rise up, you have a resiliency that's different, and you've perhaps been exposed to things that just others have not been. Do we get the answers right? No. Are we perfect? No. As a group of colleagues and women, can we make each other stronger? Absolutely. And I think these events such as this help do that. We recognize that after Desert Storm, we have more women that have deployed and deployed to combat areas. So what's associated with all of that? Associated with all of that is post-traumatic stress, some depressive disorders that we're seeing. We're seeing higher rates of suicide growth, not higher rates of suicide in women, veterans, but higher growth rates. So that means that compared to our male colleagues and our male veterans that we serve with, we may be experiencing things at a higher rate. So it's our job, I think, to make sure everybody's safe. That's, in Navy talk, that is check on your shipmate, make sure they're okay. We probably know each other better than other colleagues do. So if something seems off or seems different, let's ask some important questions and relevant questions. I learned long ago not to ask about your mental health or my colleagues' mental health. I learned to ask about how are you sleeping? Because you'll tell me about your sleep. You might not tell me about your psychological health, but you'll tell me about your sleep. And often the sleep is an early indicator of something that might be awry. I went to bed at 9:15 the night before last, and I slept better, and I was better yesterday than maybe I am today because I got a little less sleep. But the sleep helps us with the balance, and it just helps us all make sure we're focused on what's important. So after Desert Storm, more women deployed. More women deployed in combat areas. More saw successful tours, but also exposure to an increase in military sexual trauma. Horrifying that even exists in one case, but that 1 in 3 women who are deployed are exposed and experience that, horrifying. That's something that needs to cease. My male colleagues and I rose in the ranks in the Navy couldn't understand how that would happen. And I would just look and say, we cannot be bystanders. We need to understand the culture that exists, how we change it, and how we modify that. So again, it's ours to do as partners with our male colleagues, because all of our male colleagues have daughters, have mothers, have sisters. They would never want anything like that to happen to them. So let's figure out how we change that and change that trajectory. Because if you're exposed to that, or you're part of that, or you experience that, whatever it is, it stays with you forever. It's part of your DNA then going forward, what happens, and it may have some significant comorbidities for your overall health going forward. All right, let's figure out what we can figure out and do what we need to do. So more women are deploying, more women are joining the service, more women have a higher rate growth of suicide, depressive disorder, and more women have exposure and been part of military sexual trauma. That all adds up to some significant challenges. Yet I'm an optimist, have always been an optimist, and I believe it is us who figures out the right solutions to cure and curate the new culture that's needed and necessary. So we'll work with you in VA. If you're there, we won't get it perfect. I promise you we won't. Will we work hard to try to? You better believe we will. Will we make the changes we need to? I'm sitting next to a colleague who gave me some feedback about an appointment on Monday. I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna fix that. And I can fix that very easily and well. And not to speak out of school, but I appreciate that because I can go back and with kindness and with firmness, but with clear intention, don't make our veterans late. Their time is precious as your time is. So we'll figure those things out. So I guess my point is, we're better together. We are a resilient group of women. We are a resilient group of warriors. We have done all great things. Much to be proud of, much to celebrate, much to enrich as we look forward to raising another generation of warriors and colleagues who deploy. I don't want us to forget those who have deployed and who come back and who need services and support and care. And again, if we don't get it right, speak up. Tell us, we'll figure out what we need to do, what we need to change. Times are interesting, but guess what? Personal control is ours. Personal ability to change the things that we need to change locally, and at our VA, we have 3,100 team members committed to do so. And our women veterans are our fastest growing demographic of veterans. Recently, within the last 2-year window, Desert Storm, Gulf War I, Desert Storm, as well as OEF veterans, they are the larger group of veterans now than Vietnam veterans. So we're starting to see some changes, shifts, and some needs. We promise to keep up with you on that. As a veteran myself, I take it very personally and seriously if we don't do well. We'll do it better. But I also take it very seriously that there are many things we do really well. And again, it's the collegialship that we see here. Kathy and I speak regularly to talk about changes, things that we need to improve, and we will do that. So let's do that together. I guess my hope is that we come out of here re-energized, celebrating each of you, as well as making sure we keep the doors open for others and pull those along that we need to pull along with us, because don't leave anybody behind. Let's try to make sure we keep pushing the agenda forward of what we need to do collectively. So it's not only about your health, physical health, mental health, spiritual health, it's about your overall being.
This is a different time, I'll say, for veterans, particularly Black and women veterans, where we see that the federal government has scrubbed any information from the Arlington Cemetery website related to Black and women veterans. In this day and age, I mean, whoever, your color, your gender should not matter when you made that sacrifice for this country. There should not be an issue, a DEI issue, when it comes to recognizing those who made that ultimate sacrifice. As we are moving forward, again, I want to echo the words of the Admiral in that we can control what we can control here. But I just want to let you all know again, to reiterate that we are doing this so you all know that the city of Philadelphia, specifically this city council, is here for you and will always be here for you. So, throughout history, women have been vital to defending this country. Starting with even the Revolutionary War, when women disguised themselves as men. Throughout history, women have always had to hide their service for this country and hide their sacrifice. But we want to make sure with events like this that you don't have to hide your service, you don't have to hide that sacrifice. We want to honor you. We want to show you that, we want to give you the respect that you deserve. And it really took a law to me, which I think is crazy, to allow women to be in the military. We had to pass a law for that. We had to pass a law in order to allow you to give the ultimate sacrifice for this country. And that just shows where we are. I know, of course they allow women to be nurses and cooks and things like that, but we know that women have the same, if not better, skills than men have in combat, right? One of my staffers always say, if you want to do it right, hire a woman, right? Because women actually listen and do it the proper way rather than trying to do it their own way to try to get things done. Women, in the military, it's all about discipline and instruction. From my own life, women seem to follow that the best, right? In order to carry out the orders of their superiors. So, you know, despite all these contributions, you know, that women have made, again, it seems like we're trying to erase the women's history, women veterans' history from this country. And, you know, together we really can make a difference in the lives of the women, you all, who served our country, to make sure that, again, that your sacrifice is never forgotten and that you receive the care, right? That's one thing that the airman mentioned, that you receive the care that you have earned for making that sacrifice to this country. So, to all you women veterans, and I just want to thank you for your service and sacrifice. I want to honor you for your bravery, for your dedication, and to your commitment to the city, this Commonwealth, and our nation. And I pledge to ensure that your contributions, again, are never, ever forgotten. And so, with that, I want to bring up Dr. Joy Benoit, Army veteran, and Juanita Bennett. Are they here?
Yes, they're here.
Just want to make sure.
Anyway. Can you hear me just as well here? I have a loud voice. As I said, I'm Joe Benoit, a handsome, longevous, positive adult woman, social scientist, U.S. Army veteran, parent, friend, neighbor, change agent, memoirs, as you can see, and writer. After extensive research, based evidence, I spearheaded and addressed the high percentage level of poverty in our city of Philadelphia, brotherly love and sisterly affection. What I discovered was a voice, but it also, I kept looking at the material, there was a void in human science. Therefore, I came up with a solution I call the spirit of knowledge, a comprehensive community that empowers. Generational alignment, connecting generations. Encourage and orchestrate community participation and how it benefits society to establish a powerful movement, solidify, simplify, and stratify. This comprehensive concept and strategic plan will address the growing poverty level rate more effectively and eliminate the existing challenge. The benefits will be moral and financial and reap positive solutions for our society. In addition, it creates a legacy of knowledge and economic wealth. Our children and youth need us, and we need them. Let's not be a mirror of society, but the maker of society. We will make Pennsylvania smarter. Thank you.
And so with that, you all will be getting these, but wanted to read this. City Council of the City of Philadelphia honoring and recognizing Juanita Bennett, Honorable Councilmember Jeffrey Young takes great pleasure in honoring and recognizing Juanita Bennett for participation as a Lifetime Achievement honoree in the salute and roundtable discussion for women veterans during Women's History Month. Women's History Month is a reminder to all that the country that we live in would not be wealthy and sustainable if it were not for the hard work, intellect, service, and courage of women veterans who lead the pathway for us to follow. Women's History Month means the acknowledgement and the appreciation of the National Alliance of Women Veterans Incorporated, who partner for this event, and their mission to increase awareness of women veterans issues and promote healing, empowerment, and education for women who served in the armed forces. It is a reminder that this month's reverence is something that should be consistent throughout the year. During Women's History Month 2025, we honor you today amongst the many who have contributed to our panel discussion here in the city of Philadelphia. You have undeniably made an impact on your community and made yourself an inspiration to all. We commend you. Today we honor you and the sparks that drive you to tirelessly and selflessly be a champion for others. There is still a tremendous amount of work that needs to be done. However, let your work be an inspiration to continue the fight. Philadelphia City Council joins the Honorable Councilmember Jeffrey Young Jr. in honoring and recognizing Juanita Bennett for her participation and dedicated service during Women's History Month. I extend my sincere respect, admiration, and appreciation to you. Thank you so much for what you have done.
Mr. Young, could you hold up a picture?
Sure.
No, you didn't. Camera right here. Oh, look at those smiles. Got it. Did the flash go off?
No, no flash.
Oh, okay, they're with us. Yeah, it's a trick. That's how you get people's attention. Hold on. What's left in, what's left out? One more. Thank you. I'm sorry about that.
Good. Thank you so much.
They both over 90. Yes, 91.
91 years old. Let's give that a round of applause. 91.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And so we have similar certificates for everyone here to participate today. I know you all have a lively discussion, to engage, but I want the next person to come up is someone who I've known her daughter for a very long time in my life, and have done some work with them, and it's an honor to learn about the military experience and your help with women veterans. So this is for Ms. Brenda Copeland. Of course. No.
You gonna photograph together real quick? We want to be quick here, so open up if you would. Yeah, these cameras will work.
Okay, look at me. Thank you.
And this next woman we are honoring with this is Lena Huey. She's not Brenda Dunstan.
You want me to go through there and see who's
No, we want to say everyone's name who's being honored, right? So we want to make sure that you all know who should be here being recognized. They still deserve their flowers as well. Antonia Betts. And so I just want to say one thing as she's walking up, is I just met this young woman recently, a couple of weeks ago, and it seems like everywhere I go now we run into each other. Because again, it's good work. So I want to thank you so much for your sacrifice and your involvement in your community. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You have other cameras?
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next certificate goes to Ms. Teresa Morris. Here as well. I guess I should have done this earlier, but this is for Dr. Joy Benoit. So.
Oh, Benoit. I didn't hear the Benoit.
Yes, that's what I'm sorry, I got it. Yeah, your part from saying before.
Oh.
This way, please. No, go ahead. You got it. Okay. I like to hear my smile. And I do. Thank you.
Let me have one. Thank you.
Thank you.
And so we're also honoring Ms. Wanda Pink. I don't know if she's not here today, but I just want to recognize those names. And I also want to recognize the presence of Councilmember Nina Ahmad. Our next certificate goes to Shamika Wright. Don't look so surprised. You're here, we're honoring you.
Okay. Here towards you just a little bit. Let's go modify the photo. Respect. Thank you.
Sorry,
I love
sorry
it.
about that.
Thank you.
So we also want to just make sure, again, we recognize the names of the women who are not here. Dr. Vivian Brooker Ford, also Rita Chappelle, and we also have a certificate for Admiral Karen Flaherty Oxler. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy.
And we also have a few men to honor who are here today. Men who have been supporters and champions of women veterans, throughout their tenure. So this one goes to Mr. Herbert McDuffie, Esquire.
Thanks, man.
Of course. Thank you for the work that you do.
Me? All right, thank you.
And so we are also honoring Mr. Frank McNelvey. He's not here this afternoon, but also Mr. Gregory Freeman. Yes. Stand up, sir. Again, this is
Get the picture.
Thank you. Yes, sir. And of course, from my office, again, we've worked with Dr. Santos on putting this together. This is her event, right? This is not my event. This is her event. That we are just thrilled to partner to honor you all. This is something that she does every year. It's not something that, I don't want folks to know that this is something that we're going to continue to partner with her on every year to make it as big as possible. So this is honoring Dr. Kathy Bennett-Santos.
Sure.
Got it. Just wait. 1 second. I like to hear my smile. Come on, y'all.
Look at me. Look at me. Hold on.
Let's get this picture. Then we'll ask if it comes from next.
Thank you.
Camera here, please.
You deserve it, and I'm so glad you have this doing this because we overlook service. So I just have another meeting.
Yes.
Guys, floor is yours.
So, thank you, everyone. I want to kind of highlight some longtime women veterans who are comrades here that helped kind of lay the foundation in Philadelphia. When we first started here, the National Alliance of Women Veterans, we were the first movement to come into the City Hall and to set up this roundtable to hold a legislative agenda for ourselves. And I want to kind of bring some of that history into perspective here because we have representatives here now. We have Colonel Denise, we have Sergeant Lauren, and I did not get citations, but you best believe you're going to get participation certificates for being here on this historic inaugural occasion. Councilman Young, this young, energetic fireball here who has taken the reins in our district, you know, he saw something and he heard something from me. You know, I've been screaming in these halls for like 20-something years now. We have the director of the VA here who, I mean, she has an ear for all the very complex issues. And I just appreciate her so much for being here. I'm just going to take a minute, if I can, just to speak on Antonia Batts, who's just been around I met her in the trenches over 20 years ago, working in the VA, giving out clothes, just volunteering all across the city. I love the sister. She's always in the trenches with me. When I call her, she never hesitates to show up, no matter how she feels. And I'm so grateful to you, Antonia. You know, that's my ride or die right there. So I just wanted to acknowledge her. Laura, she's my senior O-head right there. She's gone over a little bit over that 3 is 4 and 10 right now, so we've been around for a long, long time. We would have dinner every year at the McCormick and Smith, that annual event. We would meet there every year as a tradition, and the COVID kind of got in the way of that. But we're going to be back this year, and we're going to come together, we're going to start talking again, and we're going to ride the back of our legislators who are willing to understand the complexities of women veterans in the city. Thank you so, Shamika. Melissa, we won't forget you as being a part of this developing or evolving platform. 20 years ago, we didn't have a place to bring our issues. The legislators were a little bit disquieted from how we were listened to post-transition. I will speak just briefly on a scientific quantitative study just completed. And it's very important that we are bridging the gap from that post-transition to the present. So I am grateful to Honorable Karen Oxford, who has given me her space and her time on a very regular basis to pour into her ears on the very, very complex issues of our community. North Philadelphia, Strawberry Mansion. She came into the hood with us when it was 2022. She came to our event in the hood with us, and let me tell you, we are hood vets, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I've been to Philadelphia, Strawberry Mansion, where we have this amazing leader. You know, there are treasures there, you know. So when I go to Washington, D.C. and I see them Strawberry Mansion, they say, where is that? You know, it's one of the undesirable communities, but there's a lot of hidden treasures there. And we're going to rescue those hidden treasures. Delaney Miller, who is from Strawberry Mansion, she knows the Strawberry Mansion like the back of her hand. We spend hours on the phone talking about Strawberry Mansion. We want to be in our neighborhoods. Homelessness is probably the top issue in veterans communities, but we want to talk about how we can come back home. Post-transition, we want to talk about some of those complex variables that we consider challenges to how we transition and why there are these multi-complex challenges in our lives, and we want to make sure it's relatable. And I think for many years, being unfamiliar and unpopular to the civilian population, they did not comprehend. But now we have ears and certainly the intellectual dialogue now that we can bring some of these very complex issues to the forefront. And to Mr. Herb McDuffie, an attorney who's always willing to lend an ear, guide you on these I've represented myself across many legal matters, won a few, lost a few. But I thank Mr. McDuffie and certainly our councilman for willing to see that there is intellect amongst us because we can understand those complex issues. We are trained for detailed information, regulations, and that's what we live by. And when we transition, we want to make sure that that's relatable to our leaders and certainly our advocates so that they can promote the various variables when we're talking about the cultural or the inner community, whether it's the hood. I say hood because that's how I relate to where I live. And I have no issue with it. My mother raised 7 children there, and we were all successful. So I am very proud of my mom here today. She's 91 years old, going on 92. She's my road dog, so I take her with me. And I just want to just say to all of the women veteran sisters here, we are united. We are united here moving forward. We're intellectual. We understand how to communicate, and certainly become comrades across all issues that support one another. We are peer-to-peer networking support systems amongst ourselves. And aside from what we can translate to our leader in the VA system, we are outside of that system where we can talk about those nitty-gritty stuff, you know, where we understand. I call it the foxhole experience. The Navy would not quite understand that part, but the foxhole experience where you really get down into the dirt. And that's the conversation that I listen to. And on this note, I'm going to conclude. I'm not a resource for veterans, but I listen hours and hours and hours and hours of women veterans and the conversations, and I talk about my issues as well. We need solutions, and this is why I think we're going to begin to bridge some of those gaps in Strawberry Mansion. Many of us here are from Strawberry Mansion, so we really want to make sure that Strawberry Mansion brings us to, you know, we Strawberry Mansion. You know, Strawberry Mansion, I say it proudly, and I'm so proud of you, and I honor you too in this moment for recognizing the need that at this time in my life, I've been down for 30 years and I still have unresolved issues. Let's leave a trail that the young generation of Iraqi veterans in the community can see that somebody is speaking out for them. So on that I will conclude, and please enjoy yourself. There's plenty of snacks over there, and I'm going to give the microphone back because, you know, I was planning on saying anything because, you know, I get to go. But I just wanted to say that I'm so delighted to have everyone here, but this is just about the beginning. And whether the room is filled or not, the air is filled because the mic is running, okay? And we are online live right now. So we are going to be continuing our conversations, and hopefully that we can grow the community, but certainly feel the need. Thank you.
So we're going to conclude, I guess, the formal part of this event. But I want to thank you all for being here. Like Kathy said, I am a resource for you. Whatever your issues are, whatever concerns you have, whether they're veterans issues or whether there's trash in your block. It is my job to make sure that we provide you with those resources in order to better your lives. I want to thank my staff who has helped put this event on as well. My Director of Public Engagement, Kim Clark, my Constituent Service staff, Rhonda Bay-Liggins. I want to thank my digital media intern, Summer, who's here taking pictures and videos of everyone here. So just know that in the 5th Council District, in 2025, in this new age of government and leadership, that your voices will be represented to your city council. So I just want to thank you so much for being here this morning. So I don't know what part of the the citation.
Yes.
I think we might have missed somebody. I apologize for that. So we'll make sure. I was just told that we had to have a citation for Miss Lamia Miller. We don't have one at the moment, but we'll get you one. We'll make sure that you have one as well. We want to make sure you get your flowers as well. So thank you so much. Yep. So did you want to just come up so we can just take a picture? We'll make sure we get you one as well.
It's in your mistake. Look at this way for you. And I like people smile. You want to come get this center? Yeah, come get where you want to get. Thank you. Stay there with me. Stay there with me. Go back. Yep, one more. Yep, there's always one more. Okay, we have your center. That's one. Thank you. Would you imagine that? I lived it.
So yes, if you don't mind, would like to get, if you all don't mind, like trying to get a group photo, I guess, so you can commemorate this moment in history.
Okay. I like to do the group right here.
Okay.
So, can you come up? You did a lot of help.
Thank you for staying here. Okay. Thank you.
I'm getting the practice. Excuse me. I'm so sorry.
And that's why I work with people like Kathy, right? We work, so I may not know everyone, but I work with someone who's on the ground doing it every day, and I trust her judgment in putting things like this together. I agree. I agree. I agree.
You ready?
Oh, sorry.
Shoulders into come up to the chairs. Come up to the chairs. You are quiet. Come to the chair. Come up and meet the chair. That way everybody's equal. So reach my feet. Turn it to the right. Left. Hands across. Everybody's looking good. This camera right here. Down. Next chair. Have a seat. These cameras here, please. This way, this way. To the military. Got it? Take the next one. Back.
You just cussed at me twice. You said cane and knife. You just cussed at me. At 3 o'clock.
But I understand that.
You gotta come out and see us. It's probably a Monday or Friday on the Women's Center. So definitely should Women's Center in Kansas at the right time and make good for you.
Okay. Let him know. Get the contact number, whatever works.
We're doing a breakfast. So this organization, we're going to have a performance. And it's going to be an actual breakfast. So that's something that most of the council need to see. So I'm actually guys emailing this from vendors and what I should do. ABC, what they do is highlight veterans. So the host will play with us the room and let veterans tell their stories.
Have you been keeping
Used to work for BMC. Now she's in that office. Yeah, I met Darby.
And that's why I want to talk to people like you to see what's the real, what's the concern with issues that I hear a lot of.
So, just serious. And 57, so I have my sister. So I one son, and she's holding up that position so that position cannot be filled.
Conclude our event. I hope you've enjoyed it. So we're going to be on our way to doing greater things in the city of Philadelphia. And please have a wonderful rest of your night.